Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to UND's Weather Update. Hope you're having a good Super Tuesday out there. We're starting to see a nice break in the clouds in the Grand Forks. Partly cloudy currently, 30 degrees. That's around our high for today. Visibility at 10 miles. Wind out of the north at 8 miles an hour, and the wind chill's down at 22 degrees currently. At the airports, dual only for fixed wing. Watch out for the clouds as you're flying out there. There is a mixed layer as you start to go to the east. A few clouds earlier, and the broken clouds starting to clear out a little bit, but it's VFR conditions. So get out there and fly before the safety seminar if you can or if you have not already. Current conditions across the region, we see that we have some 40s down to the south. Minneapolis made it into the 40s today, as well as Mankato. Marshall, Sioux Falls is the warmest right now, 47 degrees, and 44 over into Pierre. The winds right now have really picked up. You can see they're sustained pretty well into Minnesota. Some higher winds down, as I mentioned, there is a high wind warning still for this part of the Dakotas. That is still in effect, sustained at 29 miles an hour in Rapid City, and even picking up a little bit. As I mentioned, that warning is still in effect until 7 p.m. tonight, as well as an advisory that's now been extended into parts of western South Dakota. So watch out again for those high winds if you're traveling. Our temperatures right now have definitely increased. You can see Jacksonville is up to 80, 79 in Miami, 60 Atlanta, 50 into Charlotte, 62 in Memphis, and also 60s going up into KC. So the warm air is trying to find its way back up north, which is some good news. The thunderstorm outlook has brought us a chance of some thunder into parts of eastern South Dakota, southwest Minnesota, and then Iowa and Nebraska. That's the first thunder prob that's made it this far north of this year. And there's still a slight risk of severe weather in Texas, so watch out again for thunderstorms down in the south, which we'll see here. They've definitely quieted down since earlier last night into this morning from the severe weather in the Tennessee. However, they're still affecting areas around Macon and to Atlanta, going to Savannah, off into the east coast there. In our region, we see the snow showers are continuing to stay out to the west, and some rain and even maybe a few rumbles of thunder. You can see the yellows and oranges starting to come up on the DBZ, the decibel indicator, measuring how intense that precip is falling into that region. Our system coming through tomorrow, there's a new system. This low is tracking from Canada into east central North Dakota that will mostly wrap snow around Grand Forks and keep rain to our south, so it will mostly stay dry for Grand Forks. The severe weather still continues, however, in the Gulf Coast. This stationary front has stalled out. That's going to allow this moist air to flow in, and we'll see strong to severe thunderstorms continuing to tomorrow. There is a slight risk for this region as they continue to receive more thunderstorms. In addition to stationary front, there is some flooding concerns, and as a result, there is a flash flood watch for parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, into Florida. So again, watch out for some heavy rain if you're traveling anywhere in the Gulf Coast. What's causing this? We currently have this upper level low near the southwest U.S. that's propagated itself. That's also brought a trough, so that's created some unsettled weather, especially into the Gulf Coast region. By tomorrow, this upper level low is moving through the southern U.S. You can see it down here in Texas. But Thursday, it's starting to move off into the East Coast. The eastern seaboard will start to see some systems. But if we take a look to the west, there's a ridge building, and that will allow for warm temperatures. We'll start to see 40s into the Dakotas this weekend, and even 60s in the southern Minnesota into South Dakota. For our future cast, we see the showers and thunderstorms continue to propagate along the stationary front, so watch out if you're traveling into Atlanta, Jacksonville, Birmingham, Jackson, or New Orleans. The weather will be unsettled there for the next couple days. Back into our region, we see the cold front is moving out, this first one for tonight. The next system moves in tomorrow. It's a quick mover. The snow's going to wrap around and stay mostly out of Grand Forks, but it could clip Grand Forks a little bit going to tomorrow. The forecast tonight calls for mostly cloudy with a chance of a little bit of precip into Bemidji, Brainerd, into Duluth. Mostly cloudy in most places and staying relatively warmer for the overnight hours with the clouds. Tomorrow, it's a nice day in some places, mostly cloudy, however, into along the I-94 corridor, but up to 61 to Pierre. That's the first 60 we've seen on the map so far this year. Tonight, Grand Forks 13, mostly cloudy, snow flurries possible. Tomorrow, there's a chance of some snow showers into the afternoon, but we do get up to 36, a little bit blustery with the wind out of the south. And then coming up here on your 7th day, we see a breezy day Thursday, clearing out Friday, 40 on Saturday, and we'll spring forward into Sunday before we see a little bit of a cool down going to next week with maybe a few snow showers.